What's going on, guys? ChaseWins.com coming to you for Sunday, November the 3rd, 2019, NFL Sunday. I'm excited. This is actually one of the better you know, NFL Sundays that I think we've had all year. Great slate of games, good matchups, fairly even matchups from what we've seen so far this season, what we have to go off of, and just what my opinion is of how good or bad a team is. So I'm excited for this Sunday. I'm going to try to make this video short. I'm exhausted. Long day, but a good day nonetheless. And so it is now about 1:30 a.m. and I'm going to get some sleep. I'm going to be up and in the office probably about 9 a.m. My NFL plays for Sunday are already done. They're posted, so anybody that's on the NFL season, or if you're on a current package, 3 days, week, month, year, whatever, you can log in at any time and see them. You should have just gotten the email confirmation letting you know that they were posted. NHL, there are two matchups being played on Sunday. I have not made a decision whether or not I will play them. The teams that are battling, all but one team that will be in action on Sunday, all played on Saturday, and only two of them did I actually get to watch and pay attention to a certain degree. So I need to go back and do some studying, do some game breakdown before I make a decision. There is a big slate of NBA going on, and I will do NBA in the morning. So I am going to go into the office a little bit later than I normally do on a Sunday. Let's see what time NBA starts tomorrow. I don't think it's early. I think it's like 5 or 6. Yeah, 5 in the afternoon is the earliest game on the board, and that's my Chicago Bulls versus the Pacers. So, no need to rush it. I had a business dinner tonight with two people that are really close to me, and that one of them is a business partner of mine that actually co-owns the media company with me from Baltimore, big Baltimore fan. So, and everybody knows I'm not a Patriots fan. I've said it over and over again, but I am a huge Brady fan. So him and I are going to get our families together because we live close to each other and catch a little Patriots-Ravens action, which that's the game we're going to talk about. We'll get into that in a second. So let's jump on the recap for Saturday. We laid off of the NBA completely, did not make a selection in the NBA, which will happen from time to time. So NBA, null and void for the day. NCAA football, start with a free play. Georgia, -6. I told you could buy it down to 5.5 if you wanted to. Usually, if I ever want my clients to do so, for sure thing, I always put it in my write-ups. I didn't put that this week. I thought about it. I told everybody that I bet this game on Tuesday when the line came out when it was 3.5. And I bet it for my normal 1,100 to 1,000 because I loved it and I thought it was just an off line. I knew it would move, but I also wanted to see whether or not there was just something we didn't know yet, something that maybe had happened on Tuesday morning or Monday night that just we were not aware of yet, and that's why the line came out like that. So we got deeper into the week. Obviously, it moved up to 6. If you bet it right at game time or, within a couple hours of game time, you probably got it at 6.5. And in that case, I did have a couple of people email me that bought packages late or just didn't look at their plays until, right about kickoff time for your noon games. They're like, oh, shit, my book's got it at 6.5. What do I do? I said, well, you can do whatever you want. I'm not going to force you to buy the half point, but in that number, I always buy the half point. And in this situation, because our line was 6 when we released it, not only on the card, but on the free play video, and it stayed that way for most of the night. And then, early that morning, it jumped up a half point. I said I would buy it down to 6. Can't push on 6.5. So, but if you got it at 6 and you bought it down to 5.5, did or didn't matter. I got called every name in the book by short-term clients, people on YouTube, people on Twitter. I got emails from people I don't even know. telling me that I'm an idiot, telling me that I've never watched football in my life, telling me that my breakdown was the most moronic thing that they've ever heard, telling me that the defense, Florida's a better defense than Georgia. Florida has a better third down conversion rating, which is actually not true. Um, and if you go back and watch it, damn near everything that I said happened in that game and was the outcome that I said. The only thing was I thought Georgia was going to pull off a double digit win, 10 to 14 points. They didn't do that. Oh well. They could have. Their defense slacked up a bit at the end. That's on them. Either way, they won by 7. So I kind of told those people, usually I don't even pay them attention and respond to them, but I did send a couple of emails back and go, well, game's over. You were right. Guess I'll see you at the ticket counter. I said, no, wait a minute. No, I won't. Maybe wait till games are over before you. Oh, man. Anyway, Georgia, premium play, free play, another free play winner. I'm not going to say it was an easy game, but it actually really was. I mean, from start to finish, Georgia controlled that game. So, I mean, even though the score kept it close, truth be told, I don't know of too many people that were really in doubt in that game. Georgia had it. Georgia did their thing. So, congratulations to them. Easy win there. The only loss we took on the board was we took UCF minus 21. And UCF, they could have won this game by 40 plus points and should have. Beginning of the game, they made one costly mistake. Take that out. Really doesn't matter. That was such a small sliver of this game. That really is not portraying why the score ended up the way that it did. They played down their competition for essentially the first half. And when their offense would really start running and gunning, and their defense would do something that was incredible for a drive, you say, okay, here's the UCF we know. Next drive, it was like, we'll just do whatever. And I didn't understand that because that's not UCF's style of play. Second half, they come out, beginning of the third quarter, all the way through the third quarter, essentially all the way through the fourth quarter. They played, and they played like UCF. And they were controlling, and they were winning. And now, even though they weren't covering the spread, that was because they let Houston run all over them in the first half. They were losing for a good portion of the first half outright. They came back. They were getting ready to cover the spread. And I said, okay, now I'm confident. I truly, truly believe that was going to, we were going to bag a win and cover the spread by a touchdown. And what did they do? With about 6 minutes to go in the game, they start playing down to the level of competition again. Because they separated themselves by a margin they knew was an insurmountable margin for Houston to come back from, especially just with the struggles Houston's having. So they played down again, and that cost us the spread. Can't really fault UCF for it because they did what they needed to do, which is win. I don't know that it was the right move for Houston to get the coach that they did, and I don't know that it was the right move for him to move from where he was and where he had so much success. And everybody's like, oh, Houston had that run. They're done forever. Let me tell you something. There's something about that head coach that I don't think people realize that makes him smarter than what people give him credit for. He was, he's a Big 12 guy. Coming into a smaller unit, coming into a program that's had success in recent history. Now they're coming in, second string quarterback, new guys, new system, new program, all this stuff. He is letting his first, second, third string guys really get a feel for things, get playing time, get reps in, and also deciding come into next year, who is going to be my starting guys? Who is going to be the first string? And I don't think people realize that he's being so smart in doing so, that he's going out there, he's taking losses that he may be able to win, going out there and getting crushed by teams he know he can't beat. But he's doing it because he knows next year everybody's going to have written this guy off, and he's going to surprise a lot of people. And let me tell you something. By the time his first freshman class coming in becomes seniors, the ones that stay, this guy's going to be back in top 15 national championship talk. You mark my words. That guy's a good coach, knows how to build a program, and knows how to build a program with guys that stay. He doesn't go after the five-star guys. He goes after the Roy Williams mentality of give me a three-star guy that has not reached his talent yet and has not had a coach be able to get it out of him yet. Because I'll get it out of him and he'll become a 5-star caliber player. So that was the only loss we took. The rest of the plays, we had Army plus the points, plus, yeah, I don't care if you got it at 16, 17, if that it moved up to 16 and a half. I don't care if your bookie screwed you and you got it at plus 13. Army should have won the game outright. Army outplayed them the entire time. I think they were just gassed there at the end, and they just had nothing left. Easy win. Kansas State, another game where you may have gotten it a half point off of what I had it at. Being that you bet offshore or you waited till the start of the game, because I know a lot of people wait till game times to bet them, and I tell them, once I give you these games, bet them, and if you don't have the bankroll to bet, I'll let me shouldn't be betting anyway. So when I give them to you, bet them, because lines are subject to change, because there are people that go out there and will bet noon games, and like in a situation with UCF, if people were betting UCF, the public, let's say, and they go in at halftime, UCF's up by 2 points. They're already freaking out, thinking, "Oh shit, I bet money I ain't got." Because what's that? What do they do? That's what degenerates do. They bet their mortgage payment on UCF. Now they think they're going to lose outright. They're already making bets for 3:30 games to chase and try to make up for what they think they've already lost. Well, what if that just happens to be on the game we're playing? That's going to shift that line, and it could be against us. But we had under. It was an easy under from start to finish, never in question. Probably the easiest total to pick on the board today. Then we had Kansas State under, Army plus the points, Georgia -6. We did drop UCF, and then our top play was Oregon. We got it at -3 because that's what it came back to. It jumped back up to -4. Either way, it was a blowout. Another one where people were chirping me. One guy bought my plays today, and he waited till he didn't say anything all day. Bought them this morning. Was one of the first people to buy anything this morning. Waits till the start of the game. USC jumps out to a quick 7-0 lead. And then he sends me an email, which I was at dinner, and it comes across my phone, and I look down, and I just died laughing. Because he said, "I don't know whether to call you a sucker or call you a square." And so I scrolled down, and I looked, and he said, "You fell for the biggest sucker bet of the day. Hell, of the year." And I'm sitting there going, is he joking right now? He bought my plays this morning. He's already made money. But I was like, okay. So I keep reading, and he says, to make matters worse, you call yourself a handicapper, you call yourself an expert, and it was your top play. He said, not only did you make the sucker bet, you made it your highest rated game in football today. He said, well, I guess I got fooled by you this one time. Just so you know, I'll be counting money. Maybe you could learn a thing or two from me. I didn't respond immediately. So a few minutes later, I respond back. I don't even know what the score is yet. I do know that Oregon was down 7-0. And I said, hey, man, as I've told people time and time again, you may want to wait till the game ends before you run your mouth. I said, because most people that do this to me end up feeling pretty stupid a few hours later. And I got no response. Halftime comes along. And I sent him an email back, and I said, hey, man, since you were most confident it was the sucker bet of the year, why don't I give you 21 points and you take USC, I'll take Oregon. He quickly emails me back and goes, I got 100 on that. I said, no. I said, 1,000 is the smallest I'll go. I said, I would prefer to go higher, but 1,000 minimum. No, I ain't doing that. And I said, well, it was the sucker bet of the year. You're getting 21 points on a 4-point spread. I said, this should be the easiest $1,000 you ever made, right? No response out of him. You think he sent me an email at the end of the blowout that Oregon gave him? This was the sucker bet of the year. It was the sucker bet for anybody that took USC. USC is not one of the 2 top teams in the Pac-12. They have not been for a long time. Are they leading? Were they leading that Pac-12 South? Yes, they were. Are they better than Washington? No, they're not. Are they better than Oregon? Come on, get real. Are they better than Arizona? I don't believe so. Is USC a good team? Sure. You not remember a couple of weeks ago I took Colorado to cover that spread? If they can't do it to Colorado, what makes you think they can do it to what I believe is the best team in the Pac-12 and a team we've made a lot of money on this year? Oregon's the real deal, guys. They're back. They are back. Um, Easy blowout top play. Easy blowout top play. And it was a sucker bet. It really was. It was Vegas making you think this team that they want you to believe in USC. They want you to believe in it. And I'm going to tell you something. A lot of the experts, go watch a lot of the videos. The long-term experts are, USC, Pac-12, prime time, in the Coliseum, catching points. Oh, this is the easiest call of the week. I'm like, okay. Oregon blew the break. I mean, they absolutely beat the immortal dog shit out of Southern Cal. And I mean, they made them leave with their tails tucked between their legs. I don't think that there's going to be any repercussions for Southern Cal. Like, oh, you're going to practice on Monday. You're not getting the day off. Because I think the coach is going to go into hiding now and figure out what the hell did they just go through. So, anyway, let's tally it up. It was a good day. It was a 4-1 day with a top play winner in college football. So this week, it's been a fantastic college football week. Thursday we go 1-1, no top play, obviously, just premiums. We go 1-0 on Friday, so that puts us at 2-1, and then we go 4-1 today with Army, Kansas State under, Georgia, and then Oregon as a top play. So we end up going 6-2 overall with a top play winner. So a ton of money made in college football this week. Congratulations to everyone jumped on. Now let's get into NHL real quick. We did have a game of the week, by the way, which I announced. So we had Toronto on a low money line, and that was one where anybody that was on my NHL season or got the packages or was on the top plays, I told everybody that Jonathan Tavares was questionable for this game. Nobody knew if he was going to play. I told everybody, this is a premium play no matter what. After the morning skate around, if Jonathan Tavares is announced as probable or he is going to play, this is now going to be a top-rated selection. I said if he stays questionable, or he goes to doubtful, or he is officially ruled out, we're still going to play Toronto, but we are going to play it as a premium play. We're only going to bet it as a top play if Jonathan Tavares is going to play. If he's not, it's a premium play. They won. Jonathan Tavares did not play. So it was a premium play on my end. That's what I bet it as. That is what it's going to go in my records as. We're going to be sitting now over 77% for the NHL season. We have now breached the 90% mark on top plays. I do know some of my players who go, hey, I know that you would have, reamed my ass if I told you this before the game started, but I bet it as a top play. Guys, what do I put these rules in place for if you're not following? I mean, congrats to you. You won. They won the game, but come on. We also had the Calgary Flames, very low money line, nice easy win there. We took the Montreal Canadiens, a small underdog on the money line, plus 1.5, plus 105 is what I got it at. Some people may have gotten it at plus 110. That was a loss. That's the only loss we took in hockey. And then we had the Boston Bruins on the puck line at minus $1.35. Everybody thought that was a really square play. And it's like the people that I responded to, I said, you watch. This is going to be a close game at first. What's going to separate Boston from Ottawa is not the fact that Boston's so much better. It's the fact that Ottawa commits so many penalties, spends so much time in the box, which is going to give Boston a lot of power play time. That is what makes Boston so much better because they are the best. They capitalize on penalties better than anybody in the NHL, hands down. So you're going to give me a team that gets more penalty minutes than any other team versus the team that capitalizes on penalty minutes the best. Easy win. 5-2 blowout. And it was close. For 2 periods, it was basically tied up. And third period, they blew the doors wide open. That was your NHL game of the week. That's our first one of the year. It was a nice, easy blowout. That is a top play winner. That puts us at an even 90%. 17-2 on top play, NHL top plays for the year. It's been fantastic, guys. Thank you to everyone that's been on the NHL season. I know you guys are loving it just as much as me. But a 6-2 day overall, or excuse me, sorry, 7-2 day overall. Only one loss in football, one loss in hockey. Great, great, great Saturday. Congrats to everybody. All right, Sunday. If you want a 3-day package, $50. 7-day package, $99. Month package on sale. Jump on the NHL season, college basketball season, which starts on Tuesday. NHL or NBA, anything you want. 1 year all access. If you want a 1 year all access pass, that's a $4,000 package that's valued at over $16,000. You get everything. Every play of the week, play of the month, play of the year, play of the century, play of everything. You get every single thing that is ever released on my site for 365 days. It's $4,000. You want it Sunday and Sunday only? Send me an email so I know you're serious, and I give you 50% off. I'm just feeling generous. Sunday, we do have an NFL game of the week. It was posted at 11 p.m. on Friday night. We've already had a ton of people sign up. So I told everybody on Friday, I said I'm posting it early. I've already bet it. There's a possibility this line could shift a half point or so. So, sorry, I thought I saw a light cut on. I was like, what the hell? Make sure you jump on. This is still a great game. There's still a ton of value. I haven't seen any big line movement. I've seen a half point shifting back and forth. But either way, even if you have to get that half point, I still love the game. NFL Game of the Week has been posted for well over 24 hours now, and it will be available for purchase, $50, until the kickoff of the 1 p.m. games. Not going to tell you which game it's in, not going to tell you what time it goes, but at 1 p.m. or about 12:45, it's being pulled down because not long after that, I will be posting Patrick's NASCAR card as well as my NBA selections, and if I have any NHL selections. And then I'm going home for the day, cop some rest, watch some football, take some notes, and then enjoy the Sunday night football game. So, speaking of Sunday night football, I said this was going to be a short video, but hell, you know me. Patriots and the Ravens. In my opinion, the best, not only the best primetime game we've seen, I think this is the most important and the best game that we've seen thus far this NFL season. You've got two teams, one undefeated, one has one loss. Both of them been playing fantastic. Quarterbacks have been doing great. Defenses have been great. And I really, truly believe that we've got some value here. Now, people are going to think that I'm being a homer in saying this, but I'm going to go with the Patriots. And I'm going to tell you why. So right now, the line opened up at 6.5. It dropped down to all the way to 3. Now, I'm buying it down, which I've already bought it down. I'm buying it down to 2.5. I always will in those situations, as you guys know. Now, here's why I'm taking New England. Everybody, and I mean everybody's like, New England's had the easiest schedule of anybody in the NFL. They haven't played anybody tough. They haven't played any good defenses, any good offenses. Well, that's just not true. Have they had an easy schedule? Sure. Yeah, absolutely. But they've also gone out and beat the shit out of all of these easy teams. I don't care if you're the worst team in the NFL. You're still a team in the NFL, which means that you've got some of the greatest football athletes on the planet on your team. You just don't happen to be as good as the other ones. Yes, New England's had an easy schedule. But Baltimore, look at what their quarterback's done. Kudos to them, played great. Their offense as a whole has played great. Their defense has played good. But their offense hasn't faced a top 5 defense. Not one time this year. I think one time they've played somebody you would consider a top 15 defense. They haven't played one solid defense that can defend against the pass, which is where they've had the brunt of their success. A mobile quarterback that's having all the success in the world through the air. Does that not seem just a little bit out of character? It is. Well, now you're going to go up against the best defense in the NFL. I don't care what you say about San Francisco. I don't care what you say about the Bills, about the Saints. I don't care. New England's the best. There's one thing Bill Belichick does that I model my business after. When we lose, what do? I put my nose down, I dig deeper, I work harder, and we go back and win and we get back up. He's the same way. It doesn't matter if a player goes down to injury, if a player gets suspended, if a player jumps off a cliff. He's got somebody waiting in the wings that he's built up to not only come in to fill that body, but to be just as good, if not better. Second string, third string, fourth string, the custodian, the water boy, doesn't matter. He's got them and he's got them ready. Look at what Tom Brady does that other teams don't do. When they pick up a new running back or a new key to the offense, do you think they just take reps in practice? No, they play in the game. They take reps. Brady gets used to them, whether they're playing a good team or a bad team. If they have to take the loss or take some bad plays, they will, because practice doesn't do shit for them. All it does is keep them in shape. Playing in a game is what gets them ready to be an NFL player, a first string starting NFL player. I think these two teams have had about the same schedule. Has Baltimore's been a little more grueling, I would say, tougher? Sure. Have they gone out there and beaten teams like New England has? Sometimes, but for the most part, no. Nobody has beaten teams like New England has. Brady is not one of those guys that will play down to the level of his competition. Belichick is not either. They want to win, and they want to embarrass you. Look at rookie quarterbacks or quarterbacks within their first 2 years as a starting quarterback in the NFL. You know what happens? Belichick eats them alive. And he goes into the game. That's his plan. That's what he wants to do. His goal is not just to win this game. He wants to make that quarterback never forget the first time or the first couple of times he had to play Brady and Belichick. I just got to roll with New England. I have to. I have to roll with what I think is the best team in football against a very good Baltimore team, guys. And they are at home. But look at this. The public, they love Baltimore in this situation. The media does not want to say that Brady and Belichick are as good as what their record is. They want to say, oh, yeah, they're good. But they've had an easy schedule. You know, they ain't played nobody on defense. The offenses have sucked. Guys, make all the excuses you want to not give Brady and Belichick the credit. You got the greatest coach ever. You got the greatest quarterback ever. One of the greatest football players ever. And two of the smartest football minds that will ever be or has ever been. Going against still a fresh young quarterback. Still a defense and an offense that hasn't proven that they're going to be elite come the end of the season. They are right now. But again, their schedule isn't that far above what New England's played. And New England has gone out there and done it with a lot more style. Players going down left and right, shifted left and right, and they haven't skipped a beat. If Baltimore had to go and, go back a string in quarterback or receiver or running back, you would see an immediate change in that team. With New England, the only thing you got to worry about is Tom Brady going down. And even then, Belichick's going to have somebody that can go out there and win. Maybe not to the caliber that Brady does, but he'll have somebody. I think this is going to be the best game we've seen all year. I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be good. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. But I'm sorry. New England's the best team out there. And it opened up at 6.5, was where I thought it needed to be. This line's based on power rankings. It is. Power rankings that the odds makers and that the NFL and the ESPN put out there. For the past 20 years they've been doing this. Has been proven to be wrong 65% of the time. When I power rank a team, I'm usually significantly different than what ESPN has 80% of the time. They're power rating this team as being right now, because of the money that's come in on this thing, this line shouldn't be this. Not even close. There's big money coming in on the Patriots. There's a lot more tickets being rode on Baltimore, but there's some big money coming in on the Patriots. Now, come game time, it's going to be an overwhelming lopsided bet in favor of the Ravens. And it's going to continue to be all day tomorrow up until kickoff. The Ravens just have it, and there's nothing that's going to change it. And the only way that I'd ever hedge my bet is if somebody told me Tom Brady's not playing or Bill Belichick, you know, just ain't going to coach. The line opened up at 6.5. All these tickets started getting, coming in on Baltimore, comes all the way down to 3. So you think New England opening up 6.5. That means that power ranking wise, the consultants that come to these books and create these lines say that New England is a 9.5-point better team than Baltimore. That's probably the most accurate thing that I've said in this video. All this shit's coming in to get it down to 3, and I can get it down to 2.5 on a team that's over a touchdown better, and maybe even more than that. We'll find out come about 10:30, 11 o'clock tomorrow night or tonight. I'm going to take it. Use your own opinion on this game, guys. I know everybody has one, and if you 100% disagree with me, don't play it. Lay off or take Baltimore. I may be way off on this game. I may be the most surprised person at the end of it. I'm surprised I've talked for 30 minutes about half of it been about this game. But I feel strongly about this game. It's not a top play by any means. There's too much on the line, too much, that's an unknown, and too much we're going to figure out here for me to rate it that way. But it is a premium play. It's on the card. I'm taking New England -3. I'm buying it down to 2.5. And I'm riding New England till the wheels fall off like I have every week until I have a reason not to. They've made me more money than any football team in college or NFL this season. People have, experts, professional bettors, the media, they've done everything they can to bet against Belichick and Brady for the past 10 years. And what has it done? It's bit them in the ass all 10 of them years. They power rank them, say they're not as good as this and not as good as that, and what do? They go out there. It doesn't matter what you make your line at, New England will figure out a way to cover it unless they just can't win the game. New England -3, buy it down to 2.5. I have a very, very big NFL card tomorrow. Have a very good slate of side plays as well as just as big of a slate of totals plays. And I've even thrown a lean in there for you as well. So if you are on it, be prepared for a very large NFL card. Biggest one I've had all year, probably the biggest one I'll have all year. Jump on the game of the week. It's available until the 1 p.m. kickoffs. $50. Guys, I can't wait to have another great day with you. I will see you back for Monday and what's going to be the start of another great week. I love you all. God bless to you. Thank you for another great day, another great Saturday. Keep killing your books, guys. See you back tomorrow.